Ah, there we go. Sorry, guys. I think you've got sound now. Just give me a yay if you have. We'll get started. Cool. Okay, hang on. Let me sort this out. Hey, there we go. Right. How is everyone? How's everyone doing? Good to see. We've got Scottish Geek apparently lurking in the background. He's not doing a very good job of that, is he? Because we can clearly see he's here. And then we got obviously Rebecca Blackhood and Shruti. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Yeah. How you been? Been up to anything good? Anything fun? Excuse the background Eye of the Tiger music. I've got in the background there. That's Sal Lodger playing music, which is always nice to hear. Good choice of music, I have to say. So yeah. So sorry. I saw Blackhood. You sent me an email. Sorry, I missed. You missed the stream. Apparently, it was a bit too early for you. Yeah, the thing is, during the weekend, I've got Toby, so I don't really touch my emails or anything like that. So I didn't see your earlier email about telling you when it was, and it was kind of a last minute thing because I still didn't know how to do the Among Us thing. Because first of all, I was like Connor said, block the buttons that tell you everyone what you're doing in terms of that you're a imposter. But then I suddenly came to the realization that it didn't matter what I did, people were going to be able to see my actions on screen. So it was kind of pointless. But then I thought, well, we'll just make sure we're just never the imposter, and that's really the only way you can play it. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I didn't watch anyone else's way of doing that, but I'm assuming that they'd have to have done the same thing, or you just film yourself and not the screen, because there's no way you can do it. Although I did think actually that was quite cool was when we were doing the tasks, it comes up with like the task, and actually if someone wanted to kill you, they could do it then, and there'd be no way that anyone would know who did it. So that would be a good tactic if we do it again. In fact, it'd be quite interesting to know what you guys thought of it. Is it something that you actually enjoyed watching? I don't know. I also had a missed your stream. I was still saying, "Oh, no problem, Blackwood. You're sleeping. What time did we do it? I think I did it. Didn't do it that late. I suppose you were in California though, aren't you? I'm trying to think. What time did I do it? 3, wasn't it? It was 3 o'clock. So what time would that have been? Your end? I suppose it was still quite early, wasn't it? That would have been like, yeah, I suppose it was like 8 in the morning, wasn't it? There. Yeah, unfortunately, that was the only time I could do it because then Toby had to go home, so it wasn't. We couldn't really fit it in. And obviously, if we did it earlier, you'd have still been asleep, so it wouldn't have made any difference. Can we play another game, Peter? Well, like I said, I might do one next Sunday. But other than that, yeah, I don't really have time for that sort of stuff. It's just, yeah, it was just like we said, like a fun thing to do. It was good. I quite enjoyed it. But yeah, so I won't be playing lots of games. In fact, that's another thing I think I'm probably going to start doing is to concentrate on just creating a story-lined content from now on, because where I've been kind of juggling loads of different things, it's got to the point. Oh, where did Rebecca go? Sorry, I just seen it says Rebecca says sorry, I'm here now. I didn't know you'd gone. I've given myself a stern telling off. It won't happen again. What was that about? I don't know why are you giving yourself a stern telling off? Sorry. Hey, but are the voting polls coming back? No, probably not. No, not at the moment. Because as I was just saying, what I'm gonna be doing is just concentrate. I'm finding that I'm getting more and more kind of watered down in everything I'm doing. It's just becoming so chaotic that I'm trying to do like real time stuff. I'm trying to do the reaction video stuff. I'm trying to then do the FNAF versus Kids stuff and the sponsored stuff as well. And it's just getting to the point where it's just like I'm not getting anywhere where I want to be with this. It's like I'm just doing this chaotic stuff. And then also it's getting frustrating because I'm getting the whole kind of thing with the YouTube algorithm, which just decides on a whim to just not promote your stuff at all. Like it was the sponsored one. that was weird. I don't know what happened there. It was just a really strange thing. I see, Rebecca. You had to go to the loo before, so that's right. Both of you had to go to the loo. Sorry, Toby's ringing. Oh, they was ringing right when I'm doing this. I'll ring him back in a bit. Yeah, so it's kind of like I've totally lost track of what I'm saying now. What was I saying? It's like, yeah, I've been just getting to this point where I'm just doing so many things that I can't concentrate on the one thing that I need to do, which is to create the storylines for the bubblegum side of things with the monsters and the kind of ideas I've got of going that route. And so I need to really knuckle down and just concentrate on that. So I've started to sort of write out the next, like I said, the next 3 stories for the FNAF versus Kids. I've got one coming out hopefully in another few weeks. But where I've been trying to do things in between that, it keeps affecting where I'm, like, it just affects my concentration on that. I can't keep a dedicated enough time on it to produce that stuff. So I think I'm gonna keep it very. Oh yeah, I was talking about the algorithm was on the YouTube thing. That was really, really weird. I don't know why it did that on that video. Really strange. It's got like 6,000 views. It's like those ones should get somewhere in the first week of about between, I don't know, like 60,000 to like 100 and something thousand in a week. So I don't know what YouTube's done. I don't know what's happened there. But it's obviously done something very, very strange. But I think a lot of it may be because, and this is what I hate about YouTube. If I'm honest, I hate YouTube for a platform to be creative, because you can, but you have to stick with one story. Like, you have to be one thing. You can't just do what you feel like doing. You can't just do lots of different things. You have to do one thing, because otherwise our algorithm will look at what you. I mean, Derek will know this. If you start doing lots of different things, the algorithm doesn't know where to place you. So it's kind of like, oh, well, you're not doing very well because we've put that video out, and because obviously most of my subscribers are really into FNAF. If I do anything off that, I mean, Sonic work, but like a lot of things won't work. It just gets false flat. So you have to do something that everyone is expecting. And I remember saying this to Stuart years ago. The thing with YouTube, it's like, if you imagine like a street performer or a comedian or someone like that does an act, and then it becomes really popular and people go to see that act. If that performer, so they did a dance act, and that was what they were really, really good at, and then everyone turned up, and then they decided they were going to do some comedy sketch or something like that, or skit on some comedy thing, or they were going to do some painting or something like that. All their audience would just be like, what are you doing? And they'd all walk off. It doesn't necessarily mean that their painting wasn't very good or their comedy act wasn't very good. It just means that audience just wasn't interested in that. And of course, that's fine, because in a real scenario, other people would walk along and go, oh, that's a really good comedy act. But in the YouTube world, the algorithm is God, and it goes, your audience didn't like that. Yeah, we're not going to promote your stuff. That's it now. You're not going to, and so you have to sort of build it back up again. And I think that's what's been happening in the last few months as well. I've been trying to make more content. The algorithm's just getting really confused, and it's just like, I don't really know what your audience is anymore. So I just think I've got to just be like, right, I've got to concentrate on the storylines because they are what the audience love. They do love those stories. So I think I've got to take it, and like Blackhood has said, I've got to take a break from just like burnout, because there is that as well. You just get burnt out. You just non-stop working all the time doing stuff, and it is frustrating and really kind of soul destroying when you put a lot of work into something and then it just doesn't get any views, and it's just like, oh, that is just really it's like I was saying to someone the other day, like working for YouTube is like having a schizophrenic boss or someone with like bipolar or something. It's just like, or working for Donald Trump. It's like on a whim they're just like, no, we're just gonna cut your salary in half or more, and then you're like, but I've been doing everything you want me to do. You told me to do all that stuff, and I've worked really hard to do it. And then they're like, yeah, well, I've changed my mind now. I'm going to do this instead. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we don't need you anymore. That's what it kind of feels like the whole time working with on YouTube stuff. So I've really waffled. I haven't done any sculpting here, but anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. So yeah, what you guys are saying? So yeah, I mean that's it. I do need a rest, but also I think it's just so I'm just answering Blackhood's one there. It's more. There's a lot of things. So the other thing is because, like I say, I'm always trying to, and I think I see that with a lot of YouTubers. You end up chasing. I was thinking about it, it's a bit like mining, like with mining when some like miners when they chase a thread of, I don't know what you call it, not a thread, like a vein of tin or I don't know, whatever they're looking for, gold. I don't know how it works with gold, but anyway, like a thread of something for a mine, and you chisel away, and because it's successful, that this vein of whatever, and you get more and more of it, but then you see another one and you chase that, and I think that's what happens with a lot of YouTubers. They start chasing these different like trends, and some people don't mind doing that. Some people enjoy doing that. Some people love following trends. So, like, for example, the Sonic the Hedgehog one, that was kind of done on a whim. It was actually my brother, I think, suggested. I was like, yeah, we'll do that. So we did the Sonic the Hedgehog race thing. And it's, like, done really well. So I think it's got, in fact, we did 2 videos on that, although it was the same video but split in 2. And it's got, like, in total, like, 10 million views or something. So I could have gone, oh, that's a vein kind of thing. Let's follow that trend. Let's jump on that bandwagon and just totally milk which I have done with the FNAF stuff. I mean, I'm not denying that at all. But I could totally milk the Sonic thing. Or I could then totally milk Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever else is trend at the moment, Among Us, whatever it is. But I don't want to do that because that's not who I am, and I've never been like that. And in fact, I hate copying people. I hate copying people because I love coming up with my own ideas, and so that's one of the things that's always been really kind of frustrating because you're kind of stuck in. Between a rock and a hard place in a way, and as are most people in their daily lives as jobs, because that's what happens. You end up being a slave to the money, and that's the thing. It's like the FNAF stuff was paying the bills because it's the most popular thing, so you have to keep doing it. And the reason why I did keep doing it was because actually out of all the sort of things like Sonic and Minecraft and all those sort of things, I actually like the FNAF stuff because it is scary and I like the ideas of these animatronics, so I didn't mind doing it. But at the same time, it gets to a point where you're like, I'm just doing someone else a favour here, basically. I'm just promoting someone else's product. Yes, people come into my channel, and yes, I am getting paid for it, and and it's not bad money. But at the same time, they're still going to then be buying the games and buying the toys and all of that sort of stuff from a store that's going into the creator's pocket, which is totally justified, right? In fact, if anything, all of these people on YouTube that do this stuff shouldn't really be getting any money. I mean, what we're doing is we are totally, I mean, it is copyright fraud, really. You are taking stuff. But the argument against that, I'm totally waffling there, but the other side to that is you could say you're promoting these indie developers like Scott Cawthon, who can't, or definitely couldn't afford the big promos that Disney can afford. So in a way, it's like crowdfunding those indie developers. You're sort of like helping them, or crowd advertising sort of thing for them, or PR for them. But I don't want to do that anymore, right? That's the thing. I don't want to be promoting other people's work and they're taking all the glory for it. And I'm not. I always think in life, you've only got one life, right? And you need to really think about what your legacy is going to be. Because I think that could be the worst thing, is to be on your deathbed and just think, what have I actually done that anyone's going to remember me for? And I'm not saying it has to be something that's a physical thing or anything like that, but I think everyone needs to have had something in life that they will be remembered for. If it's just laughter, someone was really funny, caring, or something creative. Like, and for me, I don't see myself as someone that will be remembered for being funny. I don't see myself. I mean, not that I don't. This sounds really bad. But I don't think I'm going to be remembered as like some sort of really super caring person that did loads for charity. I'm not one of those sort of people. But what I can do, I know, is create things that hopefully, they're not going to have the same legacy, obviously, as something like, I don't know, Star Wars or something like that, but just something that at least some people will remember that I've done, and it was mine. It was completely mine, and it was my creation. And this is a very long waffle, but that's basically what I want to do, is I want to create stories that people will remember, even if it is only for a short period of time, of like a year or something like that. At least I've done something that was completely mine, and people enjoyed it, and at least give it a shot of where I want to go with my stories. So that's kind of what I'm saying, is doing all these other little diversions and chasing these little trends can work for some YouTubers, but it doesn't really work for me, because you just get to that point where you're like, oh, just burnt out from that, man. I just can't be bothered to do it anymore. Anyway, it was a really long waffle. What are you guys saying? Yeah, so I did say Peter needs to rest because he's really showing that he's stressed and exhausted. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm really. I don't like. It's hard to know if you're stressed or not, really, isn't it? But yeah, I don't think I'm really stressed. It's just I'm just getting frustrated, really, of doing stuff that I don't want to really do anymore. I want to do my own thing. Also, any update from the Dino people about your payment? Yeah, I don't know. So that's the other thing. So I get paid on that subscription thing. Subscription on the sponsor thing. Based on if it hits 200,000 views, that video. That ain't going to hit 200,000 views in a month. There's no way it's going to hit 200,000 views, so I don't know. But like I think I said the other day, their other videos have got way over, like, I think in total probably about 6 million views or 7 million views, and they only needed 200,000. So I'm going to say, well, you got 800,000 more views. No, that's not right, because it's 4 videos. Well, you had about 5 million more views than what you'd asked for. So I think hopefully they're still paid, but we shall see. Hang on, what's that? Sorry, it's coming up with a pop up over the top of the chat, and I can't see what you guys are saying. Go away. What? Can I not? Oh, I've got rid of it. Okay, sorry for that. Toffee waffles sounds nice. I love some good dessert. You like cookies, Blackhood? There are those Dutch ones. They're so good. Had them at college every day. Kian was actually gonna have a waffle. Toby loves waffles. Every time he's here, every morning he has waffles with honey for a treat after tea time. That's a treat, and it should be a treat. But I give in, and he has waffles every morning. I do try to give him an apple as well, because I just think you've got to have something healthy. He doesn't actually like the apples, but he does eat them. Oh, cool! But I could draw him more. Good. Yeah, I noticed you did one in the gallery. Actually, call one of yourself as well. I assume it's yourself. Peter's wound up, not so much stressed. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's quite nice actually talking to you guys, getting it off my chest. Cameraman is also sharing his ideas with me. Oh, cool. Maybe you could team up with our cameraman and do a YouTube channel together. You should post to Twitch. You should post to Twitch, I guess. Yeah, I've never used Twitch. Yeah, don't know. I'll have a look into it. But again, like the thing, I just feel I've just end up spreading myself too thin. I will finally create my own universe and stories. Awesome. That's what you want to do, exactly. Post mine on the community tab, Peter. My drawing. Yeah, well, I've got a ton to go through. So I've got to try and be fair, Blacko. But I will try and get it out there in the future. Okay, so this is why another reason why I picked an easy one today, because I just wanted to do something simple, rather than stressing out trying to make something that actually is super complicated. So yeah, so you can't get much more simple than the crew mates from Among Us. I was actually thinking, again, this is the trouble though, isn't it? You end up keep thinking all the different ideas, but I do like this sort of Among Us kind of idea of like, it's like Cluedo, isn't it, basically? But then I was thinking of ways, could you do that in like a YouTube video? And I came to the conclusion you couldn't. But I was sort of thinking about it, and I was thinking it's a shame you can't do more interactions in YouTube, because then you could set up like loads of different webcams, and like have like real actors acting the stuff out. But yeah, and then I thought, well, you can't. Unfortunately, there's no way of sort of like people being able to sort of click on what camera they wanted to watch. So I couldn't really think of a viable way of actually making this this idea for like Among Us in real life, in as an actual maybe a live stream sort of thing. I haven't even got any reference at the moment. I'm just kind of going by memory here. I mean, I did actually get an image. The thing is, the actual artwork for Among Us, the original artwork, is rubbish. Like, it's really basic. So I'm going to have to do a lot of artistic licensing here where I just make stuff up. But that's fine. So yeah, sorry about my waffle. But like I say, it's good therapy having you guys there to talk to about it. Maybe that's what I should just do. Rather than doing the sculpting, I'll just rant and rave at you guys every Monday about just stuff that's annoying me. Is that gonna work? Yeah, kind of. Although actually looking at that, I think he's got more of a space between his legs. Could be wrong. I quite like that, but maybe we'll just put a little bit more space between his legs. So we're just going to fill that in a bit more. Something like that instead. Yeah. So anyway, I can't think what else I was going to say, other than So I am still working on the FNAF vs Kids one that I've been doing for the last year basically. I think we finished the filming in January, or was it February? But it was a long time ago. But obviously then COVID hit, and then it was like, well, I can't really do anything more now with it other than release that one. But I think I mentioned a few months ago I didn't want to release it with nothing else lined up. Thing is, now we've got another lockdown. I still can't carry on with the new ones, which is really annoying, until next month, where hopefully we're then out of it. But hey, we've got this apparent vaccine coming, haven't we? So maybe that will help a bit. We shall see. But yeah, so I will have that coming out. Hopefully, I mean, the thing is, I don't know, because it's been so long, I don't know to do a recap on everything. So that, not that you really need a recap for most people, but I know there will be people who'll be like, I have no idea what's going on. So I don't know if to just do a sort of like I did before, like a sort of combination of all of them, and just sort of release that so people know what's going on. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? So in Among Us, has he actually got, or she, could be a she, don't know, do you? Have they got like hands? They haven't, have they? Really? They're just, don't know. And have they got little backpacks? I'm gonna give them a little backpack. Here we go. So let's now give them a. This is such a easy character to make. I've totally just cheated here, haven't I? Really. Something like that. Right, just let me think. Guess just pull that out. And he's got his little backpack on his back, obviously. Though, shall I do it as a separate thing? Maybe do it as a separate thing. I'll just do a separate box. I've got to append that. Yeah, something like that. And then let's make it a little bit rounded, not so obviously sharp edged. Oh, was that still not? Oh, hang on a sec. Just change that up a bit. Tiny backpack. It's better. Okay. And then, oh, do I need? Sorry, I chat away to myself, don't I? But it's my way of getting my brain to work properly. Well, as best as it can. What's that one? Yeah, that's what I want, but how do I do it so it's doing it on both sides? I don't think it is going to. I'm just going to have to... So I was trying to get it to mirror this line on both sides, but it's not doing it, so I'm just going to have to eyeball it where I want it, roughly. And the reason why I'm doing this is because it's a kind of technical thing, but there's this thing called, when you subdivide stuff, the way it calculates it, if you put sort of like cuts on the edges, it keeps this structure kind of... In fact, I'll show you, look. If I take off them and I do this subdivide thing here, it just basically makes it into a big... Well, it looks like a shell, doesn't it? It's just like a big cushion. Whereas if it's like pinning it, sort of thing. You add these structures in at the edges here, like that, and then I do one here, like that, and then one down here, and then in theory now when I do it, you see that kind of keeps the shape that you wanted. Anyway, I thought I'd better explain what I'm doing, otherwise it just doesn't make any sense at all. There's another one there. So that's his backpack, and then it's just his arms. And has he got like Lego hands? Let's see what you guys are saying. Or maybe you've just gone, fallen asleep. Where are you? Oh, there. Did you know the backpack on spacesuits are how astronauts get into the suit? Really? Was it just like a little door? A little trap door and there's nothing else in it? No one knew that, apart from Connor. When the lockdown is over and the pandemic gets better, can we finally get back to normal? Well, hopefully, yeah. I don't know. Anything else? Oh, okay. Kean says hands, but no arms. Really? Just like these little hands together. I'm pretty sure they've got arms. That's the one thing I am sure of. No, in fact, no, they haven't. No, Kean's right, but they haven't got hands either. They've got nothing. Like, on the original picture, they've got, like, absolutely... In fact, I've finished it. That's it. Job done. It's finished, according to that. But then, I've seen sort of like, I don't know, sort of maybe it is just people's interpretations of them. And in them, they've got, like, arms. Let me just see. Hang on. But the one, yeah. Has anyone got any good images of ones with arms? Well, yeah, actually, there is the actual... Some of the poster type ones, they've got arms. Oh, I think maybe Kian's seeing the one that with imposter on, and there's like an orange one. He's got his hands like that. They've definitely got hands because obviously it goes shh, doesn't it? And then there is ones. No, they have got arms. Oh no, that's his backpack. I've just realised that's his backpack. It's just a weird angle. No, they haven't got arms, have they? Yeah, where's that hand come from when he goes like that? Just what's it come? It appears out of his belly or something. Like, where's that come from? Yeah, they haven't. They haven't got anything. It is just literally just... Yeah. Just a backpack. And that's it. Oh, well, I'm done. That is it. Maybe I'll add a bit more detail on his... Hang on a sec. Where's it gone? We'll add a bit more around here sort of thing, because it's not very detailed, is it? Let's go to that and just add a bit more. So I'm doing the wrong thing here. That's the one I want. Got a bit of another one, Bites the Dust by Queen next door. It's always good to hear. So I just a bit more details around here, sort of thing, as if it's sort of like punched into the actual suit. There's a kind of then material there of some kind. Oh. Yeah. I suppose we could always colour them in, couldn't we? Yeah, what colour should we make him? Maybe make him green, because that's Toby's favourite colour. I mean, I could always 3D print him up. Maybe, yeah, make a few of them different colours. Be quite cool. I'm surprised no one's, and maybe they're already in talks, but I would imagine it'd be good to as a board game Among Us. Though it is basically Cluedo, isn't it? I think. Sort of. Like, it's not a new concept, is it? It's been around for years. I mean, it's like I was saying the other day, it's like Murder in the Dark. Or there's another one, isn't there? I think Americans play. I forgot what it's called now. There's another one, but it's essentially the same thing. Yeah, so I guess we could colour him green, and then just give him a bit of detail. I know that's red, by the way. There you go. Fill layer. I didn't want to do that. What did I want to do? Where was it? I don't usually do the colouring in stuff in here, so that's why I'm a bit lost in what I'm meant to be doing. Yes, fill object. Why does it not let me fill that? Let's see, fill object. Ah. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Let me go here. Oh, maybe that's because that needs to be on. No. See if I'm... Oh, I know why. It's okay. Right, let's try that again. So fill that. That's better. And then I guess give him just a sort of visory kind of colour for his visor. That's quite cute, just like looks like little eyes. Actually, I think I prefer like a blue tint, something like that. Maybe a little bit light. Maybe I'll do a little highlight as well to make it look like it's really reflective. Something like that, wasn't it? That's not good, is it? That'll do for now. I guess his backpack's just green. It's not exactly that creative. I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit more. Yeah, that'll do. But maybe it's a bit too... I'm just wondering if it's a bit too sharp edged. Maybe where... I think you can move these edges using this tool. I think you can. I may be wrong. Move. I can, but not... I want to move everything. That's annoying. Maybe I'll just leave it. I don't know if I'm bothered. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. Can't bother. It'll do. So let's make that green as well. And yeah, he's kind of done, isn't he? And I didn't even save it all the way through. Didn't even save it. So I better do that now. So yeah, I could always 3D print up a few different colours with them. I think that'd be quite cool. Like I say, make a little board game or something. Where am I saving this? Sorry, I'm just trying to find where to save this. Just call it crew member. Crew member. Oh, he didn't take long, did he? Right. Well, what are you guys saying? Let me go back to me. So, where did I leave you? We should charge you for venting to us, as Connor. Yeah. Yeah, you can make a lot of money from that. I hope things get better later at the end of the year. Yeah, they're not bad. It's more just the direction I want to go in. It's not really, like I said, it's not bad. It's just, yeah, I just felt like saying what I want to do. I wouldn't touch that vaccine with a barge fly. You're talking about the vaccine thing, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, that's why I think that's why they're giving it to the old people first of all, because they haven't got as many years left. So if they, like, if it knocks them out, then it's not such a loss, is it? I don't mean that, but that is I can imagine Boris Johnson thinking that. I've seen some fan art where the crewmates had a monobrow to express emotion. Yeah, I think there's a lot you could do with it. We could just have like the visor thing move up and down. Actually made by the same creators that made Henry Stickmin. Are you able to add a skeleton to a model that has floaty hands? Because they do. But most of the time they are invisible. Are you able to add a skeleton? Yeah, I can. But then, obviously if you're 3D printing it, you want them either there or not. Nice day today, says Blackhead. It was nice here as well, actually. Actually, it was cold, wet day, not so nice to be honest. Even not here. Glad it was nice for you though. It was nice here. It's because you're up north, Rebecca, that's why. Yes, same colour backpacks usually. You left us sat on the edge of our seats, rolling on. What was that? What if I was going to delete the edges or something? Because that was exciting. Hey Peter, if you want to come up with your own ideas, just go for it. Yeah, thanks, Blackhead. Because that's what you want to do when you have time. So Peter, when will you play games again? Yeah, I don't know, Blackhead. You've almost sort of like kind of almost contradicted exactly your previous comment where you said you come up with your own ideas, and then it's So when are you gonna play games again? I don't. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. I might, like I said, I might do ones when Toby comes down because I think he enjoyed it. But yeah, I don't know. Uh, oh, your comment's been held for review, Blackwood. I don't know if that was an automatic thing or if Rebecca did it. Also, if you make more mature videos, you can always post. Oh, it's because it's got mature videos. That's why you can always post them on your channel, and I'll give you credit. Post them on my channel. Sorry, yeah. We have discussed this before, and there is the simple issue of that. It's just the time. You got to dedicate your time to one thing, and like this, I'd be in the same situation as what I've just been telling you if I had to then try and do loads of different things. Have you got a capture card? You could do like Mario Kart or something. Yeah, I've got a capture card. Yeah. And I have actually tested it out with Mario Kart, weirdly, and it works. And that I don't know if I said this to you guys, but I thought about doing that with Toby, because Toby keeps going on about playing games. And I thought, well, that'd be really cool. We could do it and capture the Nintendo Switch, which is why I bought this capture card thing, so we can capture the Nintendo Switch stuff, and at the same time he could be playing alongside a character or something like that. And then I tried doing it with him, and he didn't want to do it. So it's just like, I mean, this is the other thing. You're constantly balancing things with what Toby wants as well. So it's a very difficult balance. Maybe he'll decide he will want to do it. I don't know. It's just it's trouble with kids. Like they say, don't work with kids or animals, and it's totally true. Yeah, it was held automatically. Yeah, just sort of mature content, didn't it? Yeah, so that's that. I haven't got anything else to say, I think. I still hope when we collab in person, Peter, we do the fun things we discussed months ago, like when I said going to conventions or doing fun stuff in public. Well, like I said, Blackwood, I mean, if I ever come to the US, I'll probably go to a convention of some kind, and then, I'll be happy to meet up. But doing collaborations, it's just something. It's just not on my radar at the moment. It's just not something I'm going to be doing until I get my own. I guess it's my own identity in terms of the characters I'm developing and things like that. Broken record is back again. 20-minute vent. No, I won't. No, I'm not going to vent now. Yes, more venting. Oh, Rebecca likes me venting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to vent about now. I could vent about. I do like a good moan. If charge £5 for 20 minutes of therapy, that's quite good actually. I think most therapists charge like £300 or something. So that's quite good if you're only charging £5. I hope I can also visit you when I go to the UK. I mean, obviously that's completely out of the question at the moment because of this COVID thing, but you never know. Maybe one day we'll be able to travel again. I'll charge a vodka and Coke. Sounds good to me, as long as I can have one as well. Can you imagine that as a therapy session? Just the person getting completely pissed and the therapist also just getting completely pissed. Make that an energy drink, Rebecca. What for you, Blackwood? Yeah, that'd be quite good. Just sitting there. Well, that's what I do really when I go to the pub anyway. Just moan, drink alcohol. No thanks, not good for my heart rate. No, I can imagine that wouldn't be good for your heart rate. I'm not qualified, so I'm going cheap. Thing is with therapy, like a lot of them, what do they? You sort of see it. I don't know. I've never been to a therapist, so I don't know. But like you see it in films, and they just sit there, and then they just let the other person talk or rant, and then they're like, "But so how does that make you feel? Why do you think you feel like that?" And like I could do that. Like I don't. How do you gauge if like how do they what exams do they do for that? Like how does what are they actually doing? You're 15 years experience of just that, like, yeah. I do feel like that sometimes. Wonder if an unqualified therapist could damage someone. No, I don't reckon they could. Well, it depends. If you were intently sort of putting ideas in their head. But I think if you just sat there and just said, why do you feel like that? Do you think maybe if you just stepped outside and thought about other things for a while? And then I think if you say it in a calm voice as well, then I just don't think you could. I don't think you could damage someone. I think most people could do that job. Is your heart fine to drink alcohol, Rebecca? Yeah, I think what Rebecca's saying is with the it's the caffeine in it, because that can raise your heart rate, can't it? Hang on, was this Rebecca? Connor, yes, they can. Fact. What was that? Oh, what damage you? Okay. Blackhead says, "Hey, Peter, I have more things I want to tell you about my stories. You and I will be in." Well, that's cool. You can put them here if you want, or tell me on Discord when on Thursday. Yes, but not capacious amounts. That says copious amounts. Is it? Oh, my English is terrible. I thought it was capacious amount. Is it copious amount? It's not copious amounts, is it? Is that a word? My English is terrible, isn't it? It's one of those words that I don't ever use, and then I'm like, is that capacious or copious? Or is it just because you're typing on a phone or something? Well, it is, you're right, it is. I don't know if it's anyway. If only we could talk right now on Discord. Yeah, well, I'm going to finish this up in a minute because it's like 8:15, so no. But can on Thursday. I'm feeling more motivated now. Good. I'm glad you are, Blackhood. Yeah, that's cool. So as soon... Yeah, it is copious. I thought I'd just never seen it for some reason. I don't know. I'm going mad. It's one. That's the thing. Is if it's a word you don't use very often, which I don't. In fact, I don't think I've ever used it. But I've heard other people using it. Then it's just in the back of your head, and you're like, is it copious or I don't know what I said. No. The feeling I wanted to come back. Dinner? No. I've had my dinner. I had spaghetti. I'm going to try and go for a run. I haven't been for a run for about, I don't know, a week or something. So I'm feeling really fat now. Copious. That's what I said, wasn't it? In the end. Hey Peter, if you had a weapon, what kind of weapon would you have? Well, it depends, doesn't it? Like, I guess you got to ask, why would you have a weapon? And then, obviously, if you were up against like a massive black or brown bear or something, you probably wouldn't want a stick. So yeah, that's a very open-ended question, and like what you've got to know what the scenario is. What Derek said. Get me flowers first. Is that for your therapy? Fit XR on the Oculus Quest 2 is a hell of a workout. Fit XR, what is that, like a sort of Wii Fit thing? How about we all go on a vacation to somewhere cool? Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. How is that ever gonna happen, Blackwood, with lockdown? You can't do that. In my story, you have some weapons and some powers. Awesome. I see. So in your stories, I can have some weapons. I'll have a plasma rifle then, and if I have a superpower, I think time travel would be pretty awesome. Yeah, go with that. I'm praying the Oculus 2 will get a price cut on Black Friday. Oh, I completely forgot about Black Friday. God, it's not more. Couldn't be more fit in that name at the moment, could it? Black Friday. Considering what's going on. Blackhead, leave the stories till Thursday. Peter did say. Lol. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's probably easier to discuss stories, isn't it, than you having to type loads of stuff and then me kind of trying to interpret what you've actually said and thinking I know what you mean. I'd love to go to South Bar. It's a legal necessity to carry a gun because of polar bears. Okay. Have you got a gun, Blackhead? Because obviously you're in the US, aren't you? Multiverse and time travel and a villain we'll have to deal with. Wow, says Rebecca. I'm not sure what Rebecca's referring to. I think is it the polar bear thing? Oh, actually, it was Connor that said that. For some reason, I thought it was Blackhood. I always associate Blackhood with guns and killing things now. I guess I'll have to leave it for Thursday then. Yeah. Do you have a gun then, Blackhood? I'd imagine a lot of people in California don't, because I don't know. I just imagine there's more people in places like Texas that carry guns. Yeah. Anyway, I've vented now. I feel a lot better. Thanks, guys. It's made me feel really good now. I feel like I could go for my run and feel refreshed. Although, is it raining now? It was raining earlier. That's the trouble, isn't it? I always find like end of October, it just suddenly, or mid-October, it just suddenly changes and gets really cold and crap. Obviously the clocks as well don't help because it gets darker a lot quicker. But I can assure you it will be exciting, Peter. The stories will be awesome to bear. Here. I mean, no, I don't have a gun. Okay. I think that's a good thing. I mean, I'm not going to go to the whole gun culture thing. But I was just watching, like, there was in Arizona the other day when there was the whole Trump thing of the counting the votes or not counting the votes or whatever. I don't know which one the Arizona was. They had, depending on what state you're in, Trump had decided it was either counting the votes or not counting the votes, depending if he was winning or losing. But there was this like argument had occurred between a Trumpist and a Biden supporter, and all these guys there in Arizona, all these, especially the Republicans, they wear guns. I was just thinking, like, just think about how many arguments there are, and it only takes a split second of someone just losing it to just pull out a gun and shoot someone. I just think that's terrifying. I just don't know how people even get into arguments in America without the fear of getting shot. So I'm against gun. I get what people say. I don't know if I'm going there with this whole gun thing, but I get why people want guns to defend themselves in the house. But I think there's also, isn't there a stat that a lot of people that are killed are the people that had the gun turned on them. So it's like, anyway, I'm not going to go there because it's not even, we weren't even discussing that. Anyway, so what we're talking about, in Arizona, Michigan, there's an interesting Tom Scott. Hey, there's an interesting Tom Scott. There's an interesting Tom Scott. Does that mean there's like lots of Tom Scotts that aren't interesting? I don't know what you mean, Connor. Oh, video. What's that about, shooting bears or something? What's the video about? Oh, sorry, I missed that first bit. I sent you a funny video over email. Give it a look at some. Oh, I will do, yeah. But at least it's over, says Blackhood. Yes, it is. The orange stain has been removed. Well, he's still ranting. I bet I was looking on Twitter earlier. So is he still ranting on that? I do. Every so often when I need a laugh, I go on Donald Trump's on his Twitter feed because it just makes me laugh. I know he's just fired someone. That's the latest thing. And then the other thing he's doing at the moment is taking credit for the stock market being up and a vaccine coming. Neither of them were anything to do with him. The stock market's up because Joe Biden's won the presidency, and the vaccine is, I don't know where that's been, who created that, but it definitely wasn't Donald Trump, and it was definitely nothing to do with Donald Trump. So well done, Donald. Another load of old crap you're coming out there. But I do like a laugh reading his Twitter feed. That funny video, isn't the Tom Scott one? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to look it. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. Sorry, it was a very quick sculpt, and sorry for the. I would like to say it wasn't a rant. It was more of a thought process of ideas that I'm kind of thinking of doing, just with maybe a little bit of a rant about YouTube in general. You should watch Jonathan Pye's latest YouTube video about Trump. Oh, I see. So, yes. So someone sent. I don't know if it's Jonathan, but let me just check this guy's name. It was really funny, and if it is the same guy, then yeah. But it really made me laugh. So where was it? It was. Oh no, the one I've seen. I don't know who Jonathan Pye is. It's Jordan Klepper. Versus Trump supporters, The Daily Show. That was funny. Jordan Klepper. Yeah, that's worth a watch if you can watch it. I'm just seeing if it's gonna. Let's see if I can put a link. How can I put a link? Because I've got it here. How can I put it there? I'm not sure. I don't know. Just type it in. It's Jordan Klepper, or Klepper, KLEPPER, Jordan Klepper versus Trump supporters, The Daily Show. Yeah, that's funny. Right. It was a nice chill stream. It was for me, actually. I hope I didn't bore you. It was fun, Peter. We all enjoyed talking to you. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Also, like hearing about how you feel and what you want to do. Thanks. Yeah, it's good to know. Because now I can just rant then. I'm not even going to do any sculpt. I just rant every Monday. I call it Ranting Monday. Moany Monday. Billing £15 for today's therapy. I accept cash via mail or Bitcoin. I've actually got Bitcoin. I invested in it when it was doing really well, and then literally about 10 days later it completely crashed. So I put £500 in, and I think it's worth like 90 quid now. That was a good investment. Jonathan Pye is so funny. Oh yeah, I'll have to check him out. I've never heard of him. I know, right? Heh. I don't know how. I never know. How do you say heh? It's just H-E-H, says Blackhood. Heh. Anyway, guys. On that note, on Blackhood, heh. I'm gonna just end the stream now and go for a run. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, sorry, I've been talking on a little screen there, but I haven't. No, it's fine. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that stream, and I will speak to you on Thursday, where Blackhood can fill us in on his multiverse, and what else? I'm not sure. Scottish Geek never joins in on the stream on the Discord, does he? But he can tell us about his Oculus, and yeah, that's it. So anyway, till then. Bye!